Welcome to the Impact Speaker Podcast. We're all about the speaking industry. We'll share how to create, position, and package your message so you get paid as a professional speaker. I'm your host, Daryl Ross. Thrilled you're here. Do us a favor, please. Hit subscribe. Share our podcast link with a friend. I can tell many of you have been doing this because we're getting new people every single day, and that's because of you. So thank you for sending this out. All right, here we go. Today's topic: the power of the client meeting. Now, many of you have heard me talk about this. I think the client meeting is so important. It can make a big difference in the overall experience for the client and for you, definitely for the participants. But there are two different types of client meetings, all right? The first client meeting you will have when you are still being vetted. You're not hired yet, all right? They reach out via email or phone call, and they want to talk, which is great. If you're an impact speaker, I'm like, take that bet. We'll teach you how to get that gig, but they're kind of being transparent that they're speaking with other speakers too. And so we kind of talk about how you can be a salesperson, but not be salesy. Sell yourself as a speaker of choice, and there's a way to go about that. We don't have time today, but there's a specific way you kind of handle that kind of a meeting, all right? Now, the second meeting is a client meeting you have after you've been hired. That's great because you already are on the calendar, the event's scheduled, and you're having a meeting maybe on the phone or via virtual Zoom or Teams, and you're going through the agenda of the conference, the theme, your content. It's great. Now, the one thing we all want are referrals, don't we? Like, you want to do a speech and hopefully some folks are out in the audience to where they can book you to speak as well. I've got referrals. I'm sure many of you have as well, but something amazing happened. I can't wait to tell you. I got a referral before I gave the speech for the first person. Does that make sense? So let me walk you through it. So the VP of HR, Cheryl, she hired me for their conference in October. I'm like, great. And we're all getting excited. We're on one client meeting. That's it. Going through my content, the agenda, the whole thing. And then about a week later, I got an email in my opt-in on my website from a VP of HR named Jennifer. And she said, "Hi, Daryl, I was referred to you by Cheryl. We're having a conference in August. We'd love to talk to you about being our speaker." I couldn't believe it. So in other words, Jennifer's conference was first. So I got on the phone with Jennifer and we had the conference. Here's a photo right here. It went great. But the reason I'm so excited is because that Cheryl, the first client, felt confident enough to refer me to someone else, even though I had not spoken for her yet. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, she's seen my videos but nothing to be concrete to go, yep, he's the guy or she's the girl. Nothing. The only thing that happened was the client meeting. So gang, that's why I've now realized I have a whole new take on the power of the client meeting. I just thought it was more, set up, understand what they need, speak their language, maybe personalize it. But no, now you can actually have such a positive client meeting that they are willing to refer you to someone else just from their experience with you in the client meeting. Isn't that amazing? So I started thinking about all of the professional colleagues that know each other. And it's a lot more than we think. Like, for example, in this particular arrangement, it was HR. So any HR, look, they possibly know each other or at least can reach out. Many of them belong to SHRM, which is the Society of Human Resource Management. And they have all kind of conferences and association meetings. And so that's what happened here. They reached out, their professional colleagues, and helped each other with an event they were having. So imagine you're speaking for Ford Motor Company. I've spoken for them, by the way. If you speak for Ford, hit me up. I got some tips for you. Make it kind of fun. But and the HR director and you are going through the event or the conference, and the VP of HR is the one you're dealing with. I guarantee you that person knows the VP of HR at Chevrolet. See my point? It's amazing how small the community is, especially amongst professional colleagues. So your job is to take a different angle on that client meeting. From now on, I'm going to go into it thinking, you know what? I want a referral out of this. I can actually move the needle, and if not get booked for another gig, maybe get it in their mind that I can do this. So I think I wanted to share that with you. It was a little shorter today, but I think it's important that we now look at that client meeting a lot more detailed than we thought in the past. So before you go, if you want more information on how to take your speaking career to another level, check out my online course, The Impact Speaker Roadmap. 10 modules, 3 hours of video content, and at the end, we go through a 30-minute one-on-one coaching call, absolutely free, to focus on you and what you need, what you want. Can't wait for you to check it out. The info is in the description. All right? So have a blessed day. We'll see you next week.